Razors. I won't buy expensive razors. You can keep that shit. I want the cheap stuff. I'll go on Amazon, buy Dorco blades. They still fit on my Dollar Shave Club handles. I'll buy like a pack of like 30 for like $6 and it lasts me literally a year. What's up, gentlemen? So I think we all can agree that we work hard for our money. And so today what I'd like to actually do is go over my list of some items that I would never buy, or I've bought and I learned my lesson and I won't buy them again, or I just don't think it's a really good use of your money. Number two is actually an animal. More specifically, a designer animal. All right, the fact is, I see all these trendy, like Pikapoodle, like doodles all over the place, and I know that they're cute, I know that they're awesome, and they're super fun, right? But the fact is, in my opinion, it's better to go to a shelter or a pound and find an animal that needs a home. There are a lot of amazing animals out there. And spending literally thousands of dollars on an animal and financing it a lot of times is, in my opinion, insane. Number three is designer fragrances. $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 for a fragrance, I think is insane. I have learned my lesson. There are a lot of amazing fragrances out there that aren't gonna break the bank. It's a Pixel 5. Literally, it's a Pixel 5. This phone came out, I think I got it in like 2020. It's an ancient phone, which is the next thing I just want to talk about that I personally think is a waste of money, and that is buying the latest, greatest, like whatever, technology-wise, right? Whether or not it's a phone that really doesn't do anything really special. Even computers. I personally don't like to upgrade my devices often because A, I've got to typically like set it up and that takes time. It's just a huge waste of money in my opinion. Now, if you need a new phone, go ahead and get the best one, but if you're somebody that is constantly like upgrading like every 6 months, every year, you are a fool in my opinion, all right? Something else that makes you a fool is super high-end or expensive liquor, all right? So I gotta be honest, I got into bourbon for a while and I would try some of those expensive ones. At one time I even like had a shot of like Pappy Van Winkle, which was like $600 per bottle. In my opinion, it's insane. There are a lot of amazing, affordable liquors and alcohols out there that aren't gonna be like hundreds of dollars or even like $20 a glass. Range Rover. Don't ever buy a Range Rover. They're shit. All right, something else that's shit is a car that doesn't have a back seat. I will never buy a car that doesn't have a back seat again. Even if the back seat's like really small and like technically on paper, it's got a back seat like my M4 or my M850i, it's totally like not functional. And there's nothing worse than being the dude that's always like, I can't drive, I'm sorry, because you won't fit in my back seat. I will never own a sports car for that reason. I think back seats are awesome. I think four doors are even more amazing. And if you can basically find a car that's kind of cool, that's meeting your budget, that has 4 doors, 4 seats, oh my God, that's awesome. Which brings me to something else that I'll never buy again, and that is a car with my ego. Guys, your ego is gonna get you in trouble. It's also gonna make you spend a lot of money that you may or may not have. In my opinion, there are a lot of affordable options out there, but when you get into the habit of keeping up with the Joneses or the people you see on Instagram or social media, it is a recipe for disaster. Counterfeit watches. Don't do it, ever. I did it when I was younger. I bought it, I was like, oh, this is a cool watch, right? It's a Rolex. It's not a Rolex, it's a piece of crap. And I never wore it because I was always concerned that, oh, somebody's gonna be able to tell. Something else that I will never, ever, ever buy in terms of watches is a tech watch. Why? Because they're not cool, in my opinion. Now, I know they're functional, but for me, no stylish dude is rocking a tech watch, all right? Another watch that I will never, ever, ever buy is any watch I don't look down at my wrist and go, damn, that's sexy. Seriously, gentlemen, if you're gonna rock the most amazing accessory out there on the market, why would you not want to look down at your wrist every single time and be like, damn, that is a sexy ass watch? Because that's one of the things. When you actually buy a watch that you love, it's an incredible accessory, all right? Every time you look down, you're like, damn, that shit's sexy. It's hot, right? This watch that I just got from Aura, crazy sexy. Check this out. This is the new ultra thin Aura watch. It's a new model. They just dropped. The case size is 39 millimeters, but look at that. Look how thin. The profile is so sleek, so sexy. It's got surgical stainless steel, a sapphire crystal. It's got a Japanese Seiko quartz movement. You've also got that butterfly clasp, which I absolutely love. Look at that. Look how clean, look how sexy. All right, the dial, it's got that sunburst dial, a few other colors that they came out with. Look at this blue. Look how amazing. Every time you move it, look at that. You see the sunburst? It changes the dial. Every time you look down at your wrist, you're like, damn, that is so sexy. Or check it out. Here's another one. The silver, once again, that's sunburst, all silver. So sexy. Gentlemen, if you have not checked out Aura, now is the time. I've got a link down below. I've also got a special discount code. This new model, I want you to go check out. It is so perfect. It is so sexy. It is incredible. And the price, that's the thing. Aura has changed the game. They basically started their brand a few years ago, and they already are making waves. Everybody in the watch world is talking about these watches. Super premium quality, super amazing price. And this new model, gentlemen, the MSRP, it starts at $155. I know, right? But with that discount code down below, it gets even more affordable. Guys, I'm telling you, if you have not grabbed an Aura watch yet, or if you have one and you want another, go check out this new ultra thin model. They are 39 millimeters. They are perfect. They're sexy. You are absolutely going to love them. Hit the link down below. Do not wait. Like I said, these just dropped. They're going to sell out. And that discount code, guys, it makes an already affordable watch crazy affordable. Something else that I personally think that you should always look for an affordable option is a necktie. I personally will not spend a lot of money on a necktie because A, nobody knows how much you spent. B, they all look the same. Cheap ties, high-end ties, they all look the same. Why would you spend hundreds of dollars when you could spend 30? Cheap shoes, don't do it. I'm telling you, you've got to wear higher quality shoes. And I'm not saying that it needs to be expensive, but don't buy cheap shoes. Whether or not it's sneakers, boots, or dress shoes. If it's not real leather, you don't want it. If it's not like good construction, you don't want it. Even if it's like something from like Aldo or one of these other like designer stores, typically the quality is gonna be really, really bad, but the price isn't gonna be like that inexpensive. For me, I would rather reach and stretch for a higher quality shoe that maybe is a bit more out of my price range that I know I'm gonna wear for years and it's gonna last, as opposed to buying something shit that I don't wear. Cheap gym equipment or fitness equipment or cardio equipment, don't buy it. Don't even waste your money. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna work that well. You're not gonna like it. Something else, speaking of not working well, that I just wanna talk about is supplements. Supplements. I personally do not waste my money on workout or muscle building supplements. I do spend money on good quality whey protein. I do spend money on multivitamins, on pre and probiotics. I do spend money on micronutrients that I feel I need, but in terms of like pre-workouts, post-workouts, and all this stuff in between, I don't buy. And the reason, well, there are a few reasons. Number one, I used to own a nutrition store before I actually owned my fitness center. And so what I learned during that time is that most of the time what you're getting is not what you're actually getting. Or I should say what you're buying isn't what you're getting. The big thing with the supplement industry is that it's not regulated the same way that foods are, right? And so somebody can make a claim about a product and it not actually do or have the active ingredients in there that it says that it does. The other thing that I've just learned over the years of taking a lot of supplements, because I used to try pretty much everything that we would get, thinking and hoping that one of these things was going to be a game changer and really make a difference. And what I found is that just exercising and working out consistently and really focusing on higher quality foods and my diet, that was the thing that really was going to move the needle. Tobacco. Any kind of tobacco, I don't waste my money on. I wasted a ton of money back in the day. I used to have a 2-can a day nicotine addiction. I used to dip. I know, most people, when I tell them that, they're like, wait, your teeth aren't like all yellow and rotten. Well, it's one of the things that was, how do I even put this? It had such a hold on me. I was so addicted to that nicotine that when I was finally able to quit about 12 years ago, I was like, I will never, ever like do anything with nicotine again. It was so hard and it was so brutal to quit that I just won't spend money on it. I don't even mess around. Like cigars, I won't do it. I also have asthma, which is why I won't smoke cigars. I won't smoke weed. I don't smoke or do any type of recreational anything because I don't want to mess up my brain. And that's something else. And the next thing I just want to talk about is shit food, all right? I don't eat out every day like a lot of people. I will basically make my meals. My wife will help me. She will cook. She will grill. She will do what I ask her to because she's awesome. Mo, seriously, I don't eat out. It's a huge waste of money, and it also isn't something that I can control really what I'm consuming. Even if you think you're eating healthy, like, oh, I got chicken or I got this, you don't know where the sneaky or hidden calories are, and a lot of times there's extra sodium, there's extra salt, there's extra like preservatives that just aren't bad. Something else that's not good that I don't waste my money on is cheap grooming products or cheap things that I'm gonna consume or put on my body. You know, you gotta think about it like this. If you're gonna be wearing something, consuming something, eating something, running something in your hair, putting something underneath your armpits, I personally don't waste money on cheap products. I spend a little bit more for a higher quality because they're gonna be better for me, right? They're also not gonna destroy my endocrine system or mess up my hair. The more I read, the more I research, the more I realize that it's really important for us men specifically to invest a little bit more money in higher quality products that we're eating, wearing, or using on a daily basis. A lot of these products that might be cheap or affordable, or you're gonna find in the mass markets, unfortunately are pretty bad for you, and when you consume or wear or use these products, they destroy your testosterone and endocrine system, and so it's something personally that I don't waste my money on. But what about you? What did I miss? What is something that you will not buy, or you've bought but you won't buy again because you realize it's a huge waste of money? Down below, let me know. And if you haven't, drop me one of these.